Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to Season 4, Episode 2 at Brentford as we follow in Dean Smith's footsteps. And today we're going to be playing, who are we playing today? We're playing, that's right, Wolverhampton in the league, and then our first game in the Europa League. We're about to have the draw for that because we do not know who we're playing just yet. But the transfer window has closed and there is one signing or one player that has departed. That is George Dobson for £20 million to Watford. He was the club vice-captain. I think he wasn't quite good enough, if we're honest with ourselves, to play in the team. We paid $3.5 million for him. He played, 26 games, and we've sold him on for $20 million. So we've done very, very well there indeed. So let me know what you think in the comments, but you can't turn down $20 million for that player, no matter how good he is off the field, sort of mental, with the mental attributes. But the big thing we have right now is our first draw in Europe. We can see we're seeded 4th. Which you would expect given that the club hasn't played in Europe maybe ever before. I don't know if it has back in the day, but we have no European coefficient points. And well, this is exciting. Let's have a look at who is the first seeded teams. It is Napoli, it is Tottenham, who we won't be able to get, Celtic, Red Bull Salzburg, Milan, Benfica, Shakhtar, and Club Brugge. I tell you what, with the exception of maybe Napoli, maybe Milan, maybe Benfica, I'd back us to beat most of these teams. So that's a good sign. Let's just quickly draw these out. Let's not waste time waiting for the game to draw them out automatically. Second seed teams, we have Marseille, Club Athletic Bilbao, we have Stuttgart, Lokomotiv Moscow, we have PAOK of Greece, we have Olympiacos of Greece, we have Lask Linsk, and we have Trabzonspor of Turkey. Again, Group B is looking a little tough, isn't it, with an Italian and a Spanish team. But otherwise, so far, you'd say I'd back us in most of these groups. Maybe Shakhtar Marseille is beginning to look a little bit tricky as well. Third pot teams, we have Partizan, we have Genk, Brøndby, Apoel of Cyprus, we have Dinamo Zagreb, Ludogorets of Bulgaria, AEK Athens, and Astana of Kazakhstan. Let's get through these. So Astana in Group A, we take that. I mean, these groups, it's certainly not the Champions League, isn't it? If you've been watching the Bala series and we sit here in absolute terror at what group we're going to get, I'll be honest, I'd rather avoid Group B. I don't fear any of these other groups, though, to be completely honest with you. The other teams in our group are Eintracht Frankfurt, Bordeaux, Zwolle, ourselves, Augsburg, Bratislava, Rio Ave of Portugal, and Eibar of Spain. I tell you what, we've just about got the toughest group of all of them, I'd say. So let's draw this out and see where it is we go. Group A would be nice, we don't get that. Group B we'd rather avoid, we don't get that. Group C we'll take trip to AC Milan. No. Do we get Group D with the Celtic? No, we can't get Spurs. This would be a nice easy group. This would be a tougher one. So we get the last group. So it is Benfica, it's Lask Linz and AEK Athens. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm relatively confident that we'll be able to get the better of any of those teams. And our first game in Europe today will be a hosting of AEK Athens, so that's something to look forward to. But let's start and sort of get up to date with how we are coming into this game against Wolves in the Premier League, starting with our game against Watford. We opened the scoring when Luca Bacchio crossed for Fetea. Mabry quickly doubled our advantage before Dan's shot was redirected by Raspadori to seal the points. So there we go, we dominated the game. We changed formation for this one. We went with the 4-2-4, I guess, with the wingers and the two up top. Looked really, really good. A Mabry penalty and a Raspadori goal at the end there. Dominant win, good 3 points. Next up, we played Chelsea away from home, I think this was. This is a tough one. We fell behind late in the first half. Soleil pulled us level in the 80th minute before the Wizards slipped in down to secure all 3 points. And what a result that is. 2 late goals. To be honest, we were terrible in this game. We changed things up. We went back to wingers, or we switched up to wingers. And we bought Hamšík off the bench. And Hamšík, honestly, it may have been a coincidence, but he changed the game. He came on in the 78th minute. And 8 minutes later, we were 2-1 up. Absolutely magnificent stuff. A stunning result away from home. And yeah, just absolutely wonderful. So there we go. We are tied at the top of the league with Manchester United. And we were here last year, of course. And yeah, things kind of tailed off quite badly for us. But hopefully we'll be able to keep pace this season. Now you'll see here we've got our Carabao Cup third round tie, and we're going to Aston Villa. So that's going to be an interesting look at one of our future clubs there. So we've got that to look forward to. And if we go and have a quick look at the medical centre as well, not so good news in that Mabry has picked himself up an injury. 6 to 9 weeks with a torn hamstring. That is obviously a big loss. He didn't play well against Chelsea, but he is otherwise a very good player, and that is a loss. That is 100% for sure. You can see here we've got a couple of fatigue players. There has been an international break since the Chelsea game. So Matty O and Scott McKenna. Scott McKenna is the club's new vice captain as well with the departure of Dobson. He stepped in to be the new vice captain. But they're both match fatigued from the international break, so they will be missing this first game against Wolverhampton. Let's have a look at what we're doing here. We are the favourites for this one. We don't have the best record against Wolves. A 1 win, 1 draw and 2 defeats previously against them. Where are they sitting here? They're sitting there in 8th, just outside of the European spots right now. Let's have a quick look here. They're a Mauricio Pellegrino coach team. He's a decent manager, decent coach. Maybe nothing more than that. A balanced standard playing style. Let's have a quick look here at what we're expecting. A 5-4-1 formation. They got beaten by Manchester United last time out, so let's hope we can do a similar trick on them. We can see their heat map there. The back four looks a little bit all over the shop, but maybe it's just sort of an anomaly of the game last time out. But there's their passing network and their key passes as well. And this is the team that we're sending out. It's a little bit of a mixed match team. We're going to stick with this sort of a formation, the Warsaw formation, let's call it, because I just want to be a little bit solid to start with, and then we do have the option to switch to wingers if we need to. So Gunnarsson in goal. Panzo to make his first start. I do think he's come off the bench once for us already. I think he has anyway. Maybe he hasn't. But anyway, Panzo and Soleil at the back. It's Bogle down the right, back fit as well. Not really match sharp, but fit. So that'll do. Michelotti down the left. Garner drops back in to replace Madio in the defensive midfielder role, which means Palaversa, Farai in for the injured. What's his face? Hannibal, Mabry and Rambleson in midfield. And we're going to keep faith with Arp and Dan up top. Oh, let's go. So they've changed up the way they're playing. This is not what we were expecting. Matty Ryan's in goal for them. Well, there you go. Yeah, so that, I would have probably played this way anyway. So it is a debut for Panzo. I thought I might have brought him off the bench for a game, but obviously not. What can we do here? Remind the team, revenge is on the card here. Boys, let's not be vengeful, people. Let's just go out there and impress me, shall we? Some calm, we have faith. And yeah, let's go see what we can do to the Wolves. All right, and here we go. Hopefully we can get a good result here and head into Europe with a little bit of confidence about us. Rambleson with an early booking, perfect. Wolves throw, Rambleson wins it back, and can we get them on the break here? He's done really, really well to nick that. He's got Arp up there with him. He's going to go himself, is he? Rambleson, he goes the whole length of the field, and Rambleson not quite there. Dan picks up the save. He's still got it, Dan. Back in towards Rambleson, and Matt Ryan with the save. That was a really good counter-attack there, though. And maybe deserved a little bit more. We've got a highlight here as Wolves have a free kick deep in their own half. Can we go and win this ball back and see what we can do? Otto gets it forward, nodded down to Bogle. Back to Farai there, his first start of the season. Back to James Garner, there for Bogle. Bogle in a little bit of space. Can he get a cross in? We've got a man at the back post in Michelotti. He's looking for him. He's not there. Michelotti. Oh, Michelotti! A second goal of the season. Bogle and Michelotti, they're starting off this season like they started off last season, and let's hope this continues this season and we can keep everybody fit for the most part. Bogle's, of course, already had a minor injury, but got forward in space, got the cross in. Michelotti pulled off the defender, let him head it straight to him, and then whacked it past Matty Ryan in goal. And that is wonderful stuff. 10th minute of the game, we have a 1-0 lead. And let's hope we can go on with this now. Rambleson's looking nervous, which isn't ideal. We'll give it a demand more here when we can. We obviously have options on the bench. Hamsik can come in and play in midfield, as can Diola. They're sort of the two central midfield options. We've got a corner here for Rai to take. It's decent. Arp is there, and Arp just over the bar. Didn't quite get on top of the header, which is a little bit of a shame. Demand more, boys. Come on. Ramblerson's looking nervous. I don't like that he's on a booking, but we'll see what we can do. Farai, decent. Headed away again. Arp, is he going to get to that? No. He's quick. Can he get back and hold him up here for us? He can. Palaversa wins it back. Rambleson has it now. Forward to Farai. Farai gets it forward looking for Michelotti. We've got men in the box again. Michelotti to Arp. Fete Arp again. Inches over the bar, almost the exact same spot in the goal that his header from the corner went. It was a corner, wasn't it? But his last effort. Another free kick for Rai. Again, it's decent. It's a bit too close to the goalkeeper. Fete Arp should retrieve that. He's got... Let's keep possession here, Fete. No, he loses out completely. And Ernesto brings it forward for Wolves. Fete Arp gets back. Strikers challenge that one. And still Wolves have possession here. That's a bit of a rash shot. They panicked. And it looks like it's going to be 1-0 at half-time. We've essentially dominated that half. We just need to be a little bit careful here that we don't go and throw this all away. Haven't been fantastic. Panzo on debut, a little bit more from you, please, mate. A little bit more from Jaden Bogle. We'll just keep an eye on his fitness. We don't want him. We know he's a little bit injury prone. I think we've sort of established that from his time at the club so far. So we just want to be a little bit careful with his fitness. But if the game's in the balance here, then obviously we do need to keep him on as long as he's in some sort of condition to play. But yeah, I mean, it's promising in the sense I don't think we were brilliant, but we are in front. We'll give it a demand more and see what we can do. The thing is here, ideally, the players on the bench I'd like to keep as fresh as possible for the midweek game in Europe. This is where it's going to start and test our squad a little bit. Arp is in a little bit of space here. Can he get across in? Dan is lurking. He goes back to Rambleson. Back to Palaversa. Rambleson again. Palaversa for Rai. Good ball there for Fete Arp. Fete Arp! Oh! He might have been offside. It was a cracking save from Matt Ryan in goal, though. And you get the feeling if we can get this second goal, that, it just might start running our way. But as long as it's 1-0, there's always that chance. Sheffield United are beating Manchester City. All right, let's maybe look to make some changes here. Let's get Hamsik on for Rambleson, who's apprehensive and on a booking. We'll switch Palaversa and Hamsik around. That looks good to me. And we'll go with that. The other thing we might do, and it was suggested by Citizen Nev in the Discord, link to the Discord in the description, I always forget to mention that. There's a ball there, good ball to the back post, and Michelotti heads it wide. Is just dropping the fullbacks in line with the centre-back so that we don't get as caught out once we're in front. So we might do that. We'll still look to get them forward. We'll still look to get them forward as often as possible, but maybe just be a little bit more cautious in their starting position. There's a ball over the top. Should be easily cleaned up by Bogle. Goes back to Gunnarsson. A little bit further from your goal line there, please, mate. Panzo has it. Cross for Soleil. Nice ball forward there for Bogle. Can he find a pass in field? Will he take on his man? He tries to take on his man. He loses out, and we're just coming back to have a look at the goal kick there. Let's go back off attacking onto positive. Fete Arp's not having a great game, but he's one of those guys you kind of think that he's always got a goal in him. He's only playing a 6.4 though, so maybe we call it on him here. Let's start and close this thing down. We do have Raspadori on the bench. There's always a chance he could score, I suppose. So let's leave it now. It's so late into the game. Let's just keep him fresh. We're closing it down. Are we there? We are. It's as dominant a 1-0 win as you're going to see. Michelotti gets the goal. It's a massive point. It's one of those where you don't play well and you win, and I think that's the sign of a champion side, don't they? So Brentford go top of the Premier League. Panzo makes his return to English football. We looked relatively solid at the back. Schalke is still looking at Fete up. The transfer window has, of course, closed now, so he's not going anywhere till at least Christmas, at which point we'll be one of the big clubs of Europe, so don't worry about that. But guys, wait right there. We'll be back to make our European debut against AEK Athens. G'day, mate. Yeah, this is Brisbane Roar. Become an affiliate to Brentford. Use that Pommy Premier League club, right? Yeah, all right, mate. We can do that. Okay, welcome back. We are about to get our European campaign underway, but before that, a little bit has happened. First of all, we have got an affiliate club with the Brisbane Roar. It's a commercial summary. It's a commercial deal. We can see a history of the Brisbane Roar there. I have a quick look at affiliate clubs. You can see the ins and outs of the whole thing there. They will host a friendly. We'll pay them 110 grand a year, and it's basically just to boost shirt sales. So hopefully that'll help us sort of bring some more revenue into the club as well. And we'll keep trying to do this, I think, and build up as much of a sort of a network around the world for shirt sales, basically, because it'll help. Now, other news to catch you up on. We have made a signing, and I think a decent signing potentially as well. Schubacher, I guess you'd pronounce Backler. Anyway, this guy, an 18-year-old Swiss midfielder, you can see very, very high potential. So I'm excited to get him in. The reason that I've done this, I mean, he's a free transfer, and he is obviously very, very high potential. But what I'm hoping is that he will end up becoming club trained. The one problem we had when we were registering, I didn't realize he had never played for a club before. The one problem that we had when registering a European squad is that we don't have any club trained players because we didn't have a youth academy, obviously, until we came in. So at 18, he should be able to get, over time become club trained, and that will help, and he'll be a quality player that's club trained as well. So excited to see what he can do long term. He's down the under-23s for now, and he'll stay there because we can't register him in the Premier League squad anyway until he qualifies as a club player. So yeah, that is that. And the other thing that has happened is, if we just scroll back up here, we've done a little bit of work off the field as well. Where was it? Here we go here. So our youth facilities have been upgraded. I'll show you where we're at in just a second. We've also increased our coaching and junior recruitment. So if we go and have a look at facilities, we'll see that leaves us now with top corporate facilities, good training facilities, excellent data analysis facilities, average youth facilities. We'll look to upgrade those, or look to everything to state of the art. We'll look to upgrade again. But excellent junior coaching and good youth recruitment. So that's all improving as well. So hopefully, when we leave this club eventually, if we ever leave this club, if Villa will ever hire us, we're going to leave them in a really, really good place. All right, let's go and have a look at AEK Athens. And this is what we're doing. We are favourites for our first ever game in Europe, which is exciting. We don't know anything about them. We've never played them before, and I don't have the Greek league loaded up, so unfortunately we don't know anything about them. Daniele Verde is their key player. I mean, he's okay, isn't he? A little bit of pace, a little bit of dribbling and crossing ability there, it looks like. Their top goal scorer is Angelo Henriquez. I recognise the name, but that's about it. And Ollie Burke is playing for them as well. So they do have some decent players, that's for sure. But you'd like to think, wouldn't you? You'd like to think that we could get something here. But as I said, we know nothing about them coming into this. This is the team we're sending out, and it is what I'm hoping will become our Europa League squad, at least for the group stage anyway. So Goodnutson goes in goal. I might give Kelleher a game, depending how we go here. I would like to give him some game time, but I don't want to put in a sort of I don't want to risk a goalkeeper as well on this one. Panzo goes in at left back for this one with Suisi, the Bard, and Hickey as the back four. Hamsik and Andy. Is it Andy Robinson, I think? Alex Robinson. I've played him before last season, and he's not too bad. So we're going to give him a game here. We've got some injuries. Quinn is not registered. Neither is Monroe, actually, which I didn't realise he wasn't registered. But again, that just comes down to the limits that we had. But with Mabry injured as well, it just means that we're a little bit thin in midfield for league games, so we're going to give Robinson a game here. And Daddy's back from injury. He goes down the right. Luca Bacchio goes down the left. Raspadori is the false nine. The Wizard up top. We've got a couple of youngsters on the bench who will make debuts. This guy came through our academy, a young right back, so that's how desperate we are. We have Hay as well, who we've seen in the first team before, a decent defensive midfielder. And we've seen Palaversa, Farai and Dan on the bench if we happen to need them. And here we go. We can see, look at that. They are quite narrow in midfield. So the wingers looks, from this as though it's a good choice to try and get down the sides of them. Do it for our fans. Let's, if you play your game, you'll win. Let's try and take a little bit of pressure off them. First game in Europe. It's a bit of a flight into the unknown, this one, isn't it? And here we go. This is really, really exciting. I'm curious, anxious to see how this team goes. We need to rotate. We can't play our strongest team all the time. We'll just have to see how we go. It is a kickoff highlight. Luca Bacchio strides forward. Luca Bacchio. Decent start. What's that? 12, 13 seconds into the game, we've already had a shot. Wonderful stuff. Something I've been meaning to update you on for the last episode or two is last season's goal of the season. It was Scott Munro's wonderful volley from a corner that won the vote. 100% of the vote, I believe, as well. So well done to Scott Munro on winning that. Here we go with Hickey getting forward. Can he get across into the box? He can. Back post it to their Bacchio down for Raspadori, and Giacomo Raspadori gets his second of the season. A first goal in Europe. Luca Bacchio has to have a big chunk of the congratulations for that one. But Raspadori, I wanted him to step up this season for us and get the goals, and he's doing that so far. 2 goals already this season. Hickey with a good ball. A wonderful knockdown from Luca Bacchio, and Raspadori stuck that away brilliantly. That's what we need from him. That's what we got. It's 1-0, and the Brentford second 11 isn't looking too bad here, are they? They have had some shots, so it's not completely done yet. It's not like we're completely dominating the game, but so far so good, you'd have to say. They're looking anxious and furious when they're not looking fired up. Here we go with Hamsik. Ball in, Luca Bacchio's there, and Luca Bacchio sticks away the header, plants it in the back of the net. It's 2-0. Luca Bacchio is a goal-scoring machine. I think if we do play with wingers more often this year, I do think we'll see quite a good season from Luca Bacchio. He just has a presence in the box that just seems to result in goals. He's good in the air, he's quick, he's got a decent long shot on him, he rockets that when he hits the ball, it stays hit. I do think, I'll try and have a look at his attributes in a second, but I do think he could be quite good for us. Hamsik goes past his man there. Hamsik can't quite get the cross in, it's blocked away. Let's put a bit of pressure on them, boys. Can we get to that? We should do. Panzo is there. He's got space to run into as well. Can he find a ball? Will he get a cross into the box? What's he got for us? Panzo, it's blocked away and now he's out of position as well. And that's not ideal. They take forever to launch the counter-attack, and then when they do, it's straight to Hickey and we pick it up. Hamsik brings it forward, out there for Ndedi. Ndedi goes past one, Ndedi's into the box, Ndedi goes for goal. And the goalkeeper makes a decent save, but we are coming on strong here, aren't we? It's going to be Hamsik to take a corner again. Can we score from this one? Not the best he'll do. Ndedi has an edge of the area. He cuts in, does he? No, he goes back to Suisi. Crossfield pass there, looking for Michelin. It's there for Ndedi, and Ndedi's header just wide. Like a who's who of shouldn't be in the penalty area there, wasn't it? But Luca Bacchio, you can see there, he's just... I mean, not really, but he's just... is it a penalty? What's happened here? It looks as though it's going to be given a penalty on the Wizard. Hamsik to take it. And let's see if the old man of the team, Grandpa Hamsik, can stick this away, make it 3-0. Hamsik straight down the middle. Excellent stuff. 3-0, 35 minutes in. Hamsik's first of the season. And, well, it's all looking very, very good for Brentford right now. And we're doing this as well, not with our first 11. Yes, it is a home game, which obviously will help us a little bit. But the fact that we're able to do this and rotate as well is very promising indeed. Let's see what we can do. Can we dream of 4 before half-time? Panzo has it now. Panzo down the line for Luca Bacchio. Luca Bacchio, decent shot. It's slid in there. Oh, it's a comical own goal. The defender has cleared it into the back of the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper scored an own goal. He probably has concussion as well. And it's 4-0 to Brentford. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. It's a bit of Benny Hill stuff here. Look at this. It's into his backside. Never mind, there is no concussion there. Raspadori takes the credit. But there we go, 4-0, 3 great goals and a comical one as well. But is that Kyle Walker? It is Kyle Walker off at AEK Athens. So they're a decent team, on paper anyway. And we've absolutely destroyed them in that first half. We'll give it an assertive, don't get complacent. But if we can play anything like that well in this second half, then, well, the goal difference is going to have a nice day out, isn't it? That's for sure. We'll give them some passion that we have faith. It's just been a really, really good performance from us so far. It's as good as we could have hoped for, really, isn't it? So we do have some youngsters on the bench. It might be a good opportunity to give them some game time here, you know. Obviously, the right back is not the best player in the world, but he doesn't need to be, looks like, against this opposition. Hamsik spreads it out there for Hickey. Can he get a cross back in? He prefers his left foot, doesn't he? He says he's two-footed, but I haven't seen him put a cross in with his right foot yet. Suisi and Bard exchange passes. Hamsik gets it forward there for Ndedi. Ndedi out wide for Hickey. Is he going to go on his left foot again? He is. Decent ball. That one, though, and Luca Bacchio just over the bar. Here we go again, Marek Hamsik. He is running the show for us, which is exactly what we want him to do. Not the best corner, though. Raspadori picks it up. Back to Hamsik. Hamsik into Raspadori. Is Raspadori going to unleash? He is, and Raspadori has a second of the game, a third of the season. It's 5-0 in the 52nd minute, and we're absolutely putting on a display. This is sending shockwaves around Europe, isn't it? Raspadori to Hamsik. Hamsik back to Raspadori, and just looks up and just puts his foot through it. Goalkeeper doesn't know what's happened to him, and then, blames the defenders and picks the ball out the back of his net. Alright, what are we in here? We're in the 50-odd minutes. Maybe on the hour mark we might look to make some changes. The game is done and it's a good opportunity. I don't know if this guy's going to amount to anything, but it's a good opportunity to give him some game time. It's a good opportunity to get Andy Hay on as well. I think Hamsik's done his job in there. So let's get Hay on. He's a ball winner. So let's get him on there to win some balls for us. And yeah, we'll just see this out. It's been, as I said, let me know what you guys think in the comments, but the wingers against a certain team, I think, work really well for us. I am tempted to go and play wingers all the time. Because, I mean, what it did against Chelsea, honestly, it changed, well, Hamsik as well, but it really did change the game for us. Here we go with Panzo getting forward. Can he get across into the box? Not yet. It's still there for you. There, fourth time's a charm, mate. Bakio, it's tackled away, hucked forward. And there's no one there for others. They're all back behind the ball. We're dominating possession. We're dominating the game. It's attack versus defence, effectively. Alex Robertson, across there to Hay. He's got all the time in the world, all the space in the world. And Ndedi, look at the fullback getting forward. He is. I'm not even going to try and say that name. Can he get across it? He can. It's Bakio. And the young fullback, Ali Nisinganyama, does get an assist. Luka Bakio has his second of the game. It's 6-0 in the 68th minute. And this is absolutely, it's a dream first European performance, isn't it? Good ball in, you've got to say. He's a Tanzanian international, and well, that was a quality ball in, wasn't it? And we have come straight back for a highlight. What we don't want to do now is concede a goal, because that means I'd have to edit an AEK Athens logo in, and nobody wants to have to do that. Not when it's not a close game. There's a ball forward. Boys, wake up! Don't do this to me, Oliveira. They have some decent names, don't they? And Goodnartson's there, makes the save. Excellent stuff, mate. Rolls it out to Suisi. Is the highlight going to continue here? He brings it out, plays it wide there for Ndedi. Again, all the time and space in the world. Can he slip a ball in here? He's got, who's that up front with him? It's the Wizard. It's Bakio, and Luka Bakio gets himself a hat-trick. 7-0 in the 70th minute. We've scored 2 goals in a minute there, and we are destroying AEK Athens. And they're not a weak side. They're not, obviously, a top-class European team anymore. I kind of remember them being a good European team back in the 90s, but they're not bad. And this is an absolute destruction of a decent team. 7-0. What's the record for the club? Was it 8-0? When we checked last episode, I think it was, wasn't it? We're very, very close to setting a club record here. Can we go and do it? I wonder what our first team could have done against this mob. But anyway, can we win this ball back? Ball coming forward there. Can we win that? Go on, get it. No, Luka Bakio can't quite win it back. We're putting decent pressure on them. We're limiting their chances. This is a good ball through, though, and that's wide of the net. Wide of the post, I should say. And it's just wonderful stuff. Demand more. Come on, boys. Let's go get this record. Let's go get this record. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. That's unfortunate. Oh, or is it? Or is it? Benfica's taken the lead against Lask Linz. Is Benfica in our group? I can't remember who the other teams in our group are. But anyway, they must be, because otherwise why would we be getting the score from that one? It's a shame that couldn't have ended up a draw, actually. But anyway, Ndedi has it. Can he get across into the box? He's got the fullback getting on his outside. Ndedi, it falls to him. It's decent cross in, headed away by Kyle Walker. Ndedi has it. Ndedi unleashes, and Ndedi scores his first. That might be his first for the club. The young French wonder kid smashes it in, and it is, I think, his first goal for the club. A wonderful goal by Ndedi is what the commentary says. Difficult to disagree. Headed away. 1 touch, 2 touches, have some of that. Goalkeeper maybe blinded a little bit by his defenders there, but it's 8-0. And I think the club record is 8-0, so we've equalled it. Can we go and better it? It doesn't look like we can, but boys, that is a stunning, stunning debut European performance. 2 from Raspadori, a hat-trick from Luka Bakio, Hamsik, Ndedi, and the own goal as well. You've got to say don't get complacent, but that was stunning. And I think even better for the fact of some of the players who were in there, it wasn't our first choice defence. It wasn't our first choice 2 up top. It was the first choice wingers, but that's because we are lacking a little bit of options in wide areas. It was just a real... Midfield wasn't really first choice either. An absolutely stunning result. And if we look at that, Benfica, just with the 1-0 win, we are high-flying top of the division. We're top of the group. We are right up there, joint top of the table with Manchester United. Let's have a quick look at what the club record score was. Was it 8-0? It was 9-0. So we weren't close to it anyway. So that's okay. But still a stunning performance nonetheless. Guys, that is it for today. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. We'll be back next time for... we probably want to see Villa, don't we? Because that is our next club. So what we might do is we might come back for Villa. I'll play through Norwich, and then we'll have Benfica away, and that is already shaping up to be a group decider, isn't it? Away to Benfica. If we can take a 3 points there, then this is looking almost as though it's group done. Until then, guys, I've been Aussie Bill, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.